Hello everyone, welcome to Easy Programming. We are learning C++ programming, and in today's video we will learn how to print this pattern in C++. So in the previous videos we have been learning about for loops and how we can use for loops to print multiple statements or multiple lines by using just a few lines of code. So how we are going to use a for loop to print this pattern? Now if we see, if this pattern is a two-dimensional 2D pattern, that is, it consists of rows and columns. So whenever we have to print many lines, we use a for loop. Here the one thing that is similar, that is same in all the lines, is this symbol star. We just have to print star in the 5 lines. So we totally have got 5 rows or 5 lines. So we have seen how we can use a for loop, and by using a variable called I, we can run the for loop for 5 times to print 5 lines. But this pattern is quite different from what we have seen in the previous videos, because we not only have here 5 rows or 5 lines, we also have got columns. We also have here 5 columns. So how we are going to print these 2D pattern with rows and columns, and in each, and the number of columns is 5, but if we see in each line we have to print different number of stars. For first line we have to print 1 star, in second 2 stars, then 3 stars, then 4, and then 5. But first we will concentrate on the 5 lines that we have to print. And earlier we have learnt about nested loops. So we have to use nested loops to print this pattern. Nested loops means we will use a for loop that we will run for 5 times, and inside that for loop we will have one more for loop to print the number of the columns. So we will directly go and we will write the code for this pattern. So this is now my online C++ compiler, which is called as Programmis. I am using it, and here if we see, I have used the hash include statements, and inside the int main I am going to write my code. As I have told before, if I am using void main, then I do not have to write return 0, but because I am using an integer main, int main, I am returning 0. So how I am going to print the pattern? First I want 5 lines. So 5 lines I will write for, and inside the braces first I will initialize or declare a variable called int starting from 1. The value of I will give as 1. I want this value of I to run for 5 times. So I will write till I less than is equal to 5. I to start from 1 and till it reaches equal to, till I becomes equal to 5, run this loop. Then I will increment the value of I for each loop, after each loop. Then I will write a statement. What I have to do is I want to print star. So I will write cout and in double quotes star. So 5 times I have to print star. This is what I am doing. I will modify this code based on the output. First I will write this and I will check now what output I am getting through this code. See, I have got 5 stars but just in one line. So what I am missing is I have to write /n so that I will get the stars in separate lines. I will write /n. Now I will run it again. See, here I have got stars, but I have just got 1 star in each line. But I want 1 star in one line, 2 stars in one line. So for the columns, for the 5 columns, I can only get the rows. Now for the 5 columns, what I will write is inside this for loop, I will write here one more loop, that is j. Int, I will initialize one more variable called j, because I have already used I. Now I will use j equal to 1. What is the condition I am going to write? How many times I want j? Now I want 5 rows. So if I will write j less than is equal to 5, because I want 5 rows, and then j plus plus. So if I do this and I will write this print statement inside the j loop. If you see, what will happen is, now first int I will be 1, it will go inside this loop, j will be 1, and it will print a star. Then it will print 5 stars, and that's also with slash n 5 times. Then again it will go to I will become 2. So let us see what is the output. See, it has printed many stars but all in separate lines, but I don't want this, so I will remove this slash n from here because I want the 5 stars. J will run for 5 times and I want a space. What I will do is, after the J I will print here, because after one column I want a new line. That's why I will write slash n here. After one line, that is, it will print one line of code, and then I want slash n. I don't want the stars to be printed all in separate lines. So I am writing this code. Now I will run and see. The output that I have got is, I have got 5 stars in every line. So I needed 5 rows and I needed 5 columns, and here in the output I got 5 rows and 5 columns, because this was for rows, 5 lines of code, and this was for the column. For the first line what I have to print, this code will decide. So it ran for 5 times and I got 5 stars, but in the first line I just want 1 star. So what I will write, should I write here j less than is equal to 1, because I need only 1 star in the first line. See, I will run it again, but I got only 1 star in all the lines. I want 2 stars in the second line. So should I write j less than is equal to 2? 2 times should I run this? Then I am getting 2 stars in every line. If I write here 3 times I will run j, then I am getting 3 stars in all lines, but I need separate number of stars in each line. So what I must do, I must write, the j condition is very important, that is, in each and every line how much stars I have to print, this j code is going to decide. Now for example, I will call this loop as I loop. This I loop will decide I am on which line. So for the first time I am on line 1, and inside the line 1 I am going inside the j loop, and how many times the star should be printed will be decided. What is the condition that I must add here, so that I will get different number of stars in each line. So j less than equal to 3, j should not be less than equal to 3. For the first line j should be less than is equal to 1. For the second time j should be equal to 2. For the third time j should be less than equal to 3, so that it will give me 3 times. J will run 3 times and give me 3 stars. For the fourth time I want j less than equal to 4, so that I will get j will run from 1 to 4 and I will get 4 stars in the fourth line. So what I must do, I must use a variable here. I cannot use a constant number. I must use a variable here, for which the first time it will, the variable's value will be 1 the first time, 2 will be second time, then 3, then 4, then 5. Do I have any variable like that? That is what I will check. First time I have int I is equal to 1. Now i's value is equal to 1. It will go inside this j loop. This is the comment I am writing, j is also equal to 1. It will print 1 star. For example, if j is equal less than equal to. Now next, after it has printed 1 star, it will leave a line and then come here. Then i's value now becomes 2. I's value now becomes 2 now, and they'll go inside the j loop. J's value will be 1 only, and here again it will print, because here I am just writing 1, j will be 1 again. So every time it is going again, i's value is changing. See, I will be 1, and then second time I is 2, third time I is 3, next time when it will go here I is going to be 4, and then the last time I will be 5. So I am getting the value of I as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 each time. So can I write here j less than is equal to I, because I is going to be 1 the first time, 2 the second time, 3, 4, 5 the next time. That is what I wanted here. So I will check how this will run. For example, now I is equal to 1 for the first time and j is also equal to 1. Now j less than equal to I is also I, so it will only give me 1 star. Now next it will print a star, leave a line, next it will come here, i's value is now 2. it will come here, j will be 1 and then it will print a star, then again j will be incremented and it will check j less than equal to I, that is 2 less than equal to 2, yes, so it will give me 2 stars. So here the condition that I have written is j has to run till the value of I, because i's value is going to be changing from 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So, I will run this code and check whether I am getting the exact, see I have got the exact output here. Now how I got this pattern is, I used the for loop and I have initialized a variable called I and I have started it from I is equal to 1 to I less than is equal to 5. 5 times I am running the loop because I have got here 5 lines. Now I can use this I1 from 1 to 5 because I know that I have 5 rows of 5 lines, but for j, that is for the number of columns, is different. So I needed a condition, I needed a variable here whose value will change, will differ. First time its value should be 1, then 2, then 3, 4, 5. So it was only I whose value was differing every time. So that's why I used here 1, the I. So how it will work is, first I will be 1 and then it will come inside here, j will be 1, it will check the condition I less than equal to j, that is 1 less than equal to 1, yes. So it will print here 1 star and then it will again go inside the I loop, I will become 2, j will be 1 because now j is, again I am starting the j. So j will be 1, 1 less than is equal to 2, I is 2, so 1 less than is equal to 2, yes. So it will print 1 star and then again j will become 2. Now j will become 2 here and it will check 2 less than is equal to 2, yes. So it will print 2, the second star. Now again it will come out of this loop and it will go here, I will be 3 and then j is 1, j will again start from 1. So 1 less than is equal to 3, yes. So this first star, then again j will become 2, 2 less than is equal to 3, yes, second star, and then again j will become 3, 3 less than is equal to 3, yes. So j will become, it will print 3 stars. Then again it will check j will become 4 and then again it will check j less than is equal 3 less than is equal to 4 less than is equal to 3, no. So it will come out and it will come here 4, I less than is equal to 4, again j will start from 1 and it will go on till this i's value of 4 because I have written this condition of I. So this is I am using this condition and I am getting these values. So this is how I have printed these stars. First I have checked the number of lines that I have to print and I have used the I loop for the number of lines. Then I had different number of columns and for that I have used the j loop and I have used this condition j less than is equal to I. Now I can also print different patterns using this code. Now here I am printing I instead of I, if here also I can give a certain space. I will write here /t and I can give a certain space. See, the pattern now changes, it has added some space between these stars. Now again instead of printing here star, I can also print the value of j to get a different pattern. See here, if I am printing the value of j, what I will get, first line I will get 1, second line I will get 1, 2, that is the value of j second time, third time I will get 1, 2, 3. So I will run and check. See, I got 1, that is first time j's value is 1, in the second line j's value is 1 and 2, third line it is 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, 4. So and now if I print here i's value instead of j's value, if I am printing here i's value, what I will get, first line I was 1, second line 2, 2, third line I was 3. So that is what I will get. I will check here. See, I got a different pattern. The code is same, just I am printing the value of I instead of star and j. I am getting this code. I can also now change this condition and these values of I and j to get different patterns. Here I am running the I loop for 5 times, but I am starting from 1 to 5. If I will start the i's from 5 and then I will go till greater than is equal to 1, and here I will write I minus minus, because I am starting, here also I am running the I loop for 5 times, that is from 5 to till 1 and I am decrementing the value of I. So first I will be 5, it will go inside, then I will be 4, 3, 2, 1, 5 times. Why I am doing this is, I just want here different patterns. Instead of here I will print I. See what I will run and check. See, this is the value I am printing here, the value of I. So I is 5, then it has become 4, 3, 2 and 1. So different kind of pattern I am getting here. If I print J, value of J, I will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Why I am getting this? Because for the first, in the previous code, I was 1. So only one value was printed in the first line, but here I was 5. So I am getting 5 values in the first line, and here at last I becomes 1. So in the last line I am getting 1. Here I have printed the value of J. Now here J also I will change. I will start J from I, J from 5, I will write greater than is equal to I. What I will get? I will run. It's an error because here I have to decrement the value of J. As I have to write here minus minus. When I am starting with a big number till small number, I have to write minus minus. I will run. Here I am getting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 because J is 1, J is 5, but is I is also 5. So it will only run once for the first time. So I am getting this value. If for example I print here J, I, then I will get a different pattern. So this is how I can get different patterns just by changing the value of I and by changing value of J and the conditions of I and J. Just by changing these conditions, this is the different kind of patterns I am getting. So if I print here star instead of I, also I will get the exact pattern. If I print here star, so you got the exact pattern because I am doing the same thing, but only the difference is I am starting from 5 till I am going till 1. So I am running the I code for 5 times, and here I am starting from 5. Here also I have written the same code J and I am comparing it with I. So this is how by a single code I can create different patterns just by changing the conditions of I and J and the values of I and J. So here we have actually printed at least I less than is equal to 5, and here I plus plus, J is equal to 1 is equal to I, here J plus plus, and here if I print the value of I, then what I am getting? I am getting 1, then 2, 2. So I have almost, by using the same code, I have printed almost 6 patterns by using 6 2D patterns by using the same code, just by changing I, J value and by a little bit changing the conditions. I am getting 6 patterns of code. So this is how I can play with the code and make different patterns. It's just that first I loop, I am checking how many lines of code I want, 5 lines. I am running it for 5 times. And J, for J loop, I am using it for columns. How many columns? The number of columns is changing, so I am using a condition here based on which I will get different number of columns in J. And then what do I have to print? Whether I have to print I's value, J's value, or this value of star, I am printing it here. So this is how we can print many patterns in C++ using nested for loops. So this is all about, this was all in this video. We will see more such things in the next video. So thank you so much for watching, and continue watching the other videos also. And also like, share and subscribe to the channel, and also share this video with your friends if these videos are helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching.